Hey guys, today's episode is sponsored by Sprite. Braden, do you
Classic.
ever feel like a piece of shit?
All the time.
All the time. Do you think
Right now.
Right now you feel like a piece of shit?
Yes.
Now do me a favor, you feel like a piece of shit.
Right?
Why don't you take a quick sip of that cool, refreshing lemon lime beverage? Yeah. How do you feel now?
Like a new beginning.
He still feels good. In reality, he's still a piece of shit. But
Definitely.
here's the thing about Sprite and its cool, refreshing lemon lime flavor. Everyone loves a cold can of Sprite. It's been America's #1 clear soft drink since 1833. 1833.
That's insane.
That's insane. These were served.
That's almost 200 years.
That's almost 200 years. These were served at the first Thanksgiving, Braden.
It's a classic.
That's
Timeless
insane.
classic.
Anyway, use the code Chateau at Sprite.com and you will get nothing. Go
You'll have
fuck
to pay
yourself.
more. You'll have to pay more.
Yeah, you'll have to pay more because they're going to sue us. All right, so I got a couple things I want to talk about.
Yeah.
Do you know it all or follow it all about K-pop?
Not even in the slightest.
Not even in the little.
I know BTS.
Yeah. I know a couple songs and they're catchy as hell.
I probably know them if you play them, but I know BTS and that's it.
Yeah. So apparently Korea has this thing with their government where at some point in like a male's life, they have to serve like 3 years in the military.
Okay.
All of BTS, most of K-pop, all like a lot of the artists have now been pulled into the Korean military. All these little dudes.
Is it certain age?
Before you turn 28 is what I read yesterday. Before you turn 28,
You have to start,
you have to serve 3 or 5 years in the Korean military.
but like you have to start you have to go when you're 25 and like you have to finish it by 28 or you have to go by 28.
You have to go by 28.
Okay.
And they're all choosing to go now
That's so
for
weird.
some reason. People are losing their minds. My little sister cried about it.
That actually might be a good
Marketing, PR
Marketing,
type
yeah.
deal. Yeah, that's what I said.
They're going off to war. They're going off to be soldiers.
Yeah. Have you ever seen any of them?
Oh, I think they're majestic.
They're so weirdly pretty.
Yeah.
Like
They're majestic.
yeah, their skin doesn't look real.
I think that's just makeup. It's also I've noticed that Korean and like Chinese dudes, I don't want this to be a stereotype,
Most
but
Asian countries.
they are no stranger to makeup.
No.
Like
no.
they do it like as much as the girls.
Yeah.
Which
I mean,
I don't
I've-
blame them.
I've used a little concealer before, for sure. I've put
On like
some-
bumps and stuff.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
if I remember I had a really, really bad zit one time. This was in high school. It was before prom. And my cousin, she was like, "You have a big zit." And I was like, "Oh, God." And she was just like, hang on. And she put this stuff on her palm right here. And then she dabbed it with her pinky. And then she went and just covered it
Yeah.
up. And I looked in the mirror, gone.
Gone.
I was like, what? And then it just made me realize that, like, I mean, dude, you see some of these, like, makeup trends on, like, TikTok and, like, YouTube and stuff. They can literally become different people.
Become completely different people.
Yeah. It's
Dude, I love the ones
Crazy.
that either start either or. It shows before and after. And dude, there will be and again, I don't want this to be like ginger whatever, but like there will be a person that looks like they could be like a football player.
Yeah.
Like a dude.
Yeah,
Like
like a
a
man.
dude.
yeah.
Like a bro.
Yeah.
And it will cut, transition to whatever, and it looks like a
Like a
runway,
supermodel.
a runway
Yeah.
model. And I'm like, whoa.
Yeah. There have been a couple times where I've been in a bar making out with a girl and she grabs me by the throat and I'm like, wow. She's got
Hair on her arms.
strong hands. Like her hands are real strong. I'm like, this is kind of weird. And so I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. And I grab her throat and she has an Adam's apple, and I'm always like,
But here's the thing.
and then we have breakfast together. So like, what like? The perfect response, the thing that we've been doing for weeks now.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that you skipped everything in between then, and the breakfast.
Well, the breakfast is usually good because you know how I do eggs.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Anyways, next topic that we don't have.
No. We have plenty of topics actually.
Oh yeah, we do.
Okay. So
How's your mom?
Okay, hang on. Now hang on. What do you mean by that?
What do you mean
What do you mean by that? Okay, so like the world of art, I don't understand. I'm not even going to pretend to be one of those people that like sits there at a museum and looks at a wall and goes, "No, the colors are so abstract and beautiful. The reds and the blues, they pair." I look at art and I'm like, it's a thing. It's there.
I don't understand. I don't understand art in a lot of different aspects.
Yeah.
I don't understand the.
There's clearly some of it that's more beautiful, and
Yeah.
some of it that's like, eh.
the stuff that you have. If you have to like look at it and then you have to say like, oh well, this means this and this means that, like. To some extent, I respect that.
Yeah.
Like being able to be like, oh, well, this means this because I pulled from this in my past and compared to this and used like a metaphor and made it look like an eyeball looked like this. And like, I don't know, just you can do a bunch of stuff that's cool. I don't like the artists that do weird stuff that doesn't make any sense. It doesn't look cool. You don't look at it and go, I want this on my wall. And they go, it's up for your interpretation. That's the stuff I can't fuck with.
Yeah. I also don't understand the ones that it makes me think of the Daredevil in the TV show Daredevil, the rabbit in a snowstorm painting. It's literally just a white canvas with white paint on it.
Yeah.
That's a real thing.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah. Like Jackson Pollock paintings.
Yeah.
Where it's just like, it's literally just.
The only kind. Do you know what pointillism is?
No, actually.
Pointillism is like where you take most of the time I think it's Japanese, of course. They're better. But they take a like a stick, like a pointed stick, and they'll dip it in a color of paint and put one dot on the canvas. And then everything is done by a dot. So it's like dip, dot, dip, dot, dip, dot, dip, dot. And it creates an entire thing.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
That to the point, because also I know what it took to do it.
Yeah.
And so I respect it a little bit more.
I like when something it's harder to do it and it's visually beautiful and visually aesthetic.
Yeah.
I like anything like that.
And I love that because I've seen a couple of them where like you get up close to the canvas, you get up like real close to it and you kind of focus in and you're like, oh my God, it is dots.
Yeah.
It is literal dots.
Yeah.
All that to say, there's a Monet painting. I don't know who Monet is. I've heard that name before. It was worth around $96 million.
Right.
Someone threw mashed potatoes all over it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So
I think are you talking about the one where they threw it at it and then they started like protesting in front of it?
that was the birthday cake. That was somebody
Is that
threw a
someone
birthday
different?
cake at another painting.
Well, that one, it wasn't the actual painting.
No, it wasn't. This
was-
one is the actual
Oh,
painting.
wow.
Yeah, big problem. No bueno.
That's stupid.
Dude, have you ever seen the thing that they keep the Mona Lisa in now?
Oh, it's
It's
ridiculous.
like a 9-inch thick glass box.
It's like bomb proof.
Which I mean, 9-inch thick glass. That's just too big. That's too big?
That's way too big.
Like I would think, what 3-inch glass?
Yeah, I
3-inch. Here's the problem.
2
is
inches satisfactory.
what I've always said is that 2 inches will get the job done.
It'll
I know
do what's
so
necessary.
many companies that are like, no,
Yeah.
we want 10-inch glass in our stores, and I'm like,
Whoa!
10-inch glass.
Let's be reasonable here.
Let's be realistic. This isn't the internet
Right.
where you just see 10-inch glass all the time.
Where are you going to put that?
Yeah, where you can't. You know what my thing is that I say to him?
You can't handle
You can't handle 10-inch glass. You can't handle it. You don't need more than 3, you greedy bitch.
Yes. What were we talking about?
Something art.
Art. Right.
Art. The mashed potatoes on the painting.
No, so I mean, as far as people, like even the fact that it's valued at 96 million.
And that's the other thing.
Hold on.
How does art get to that?
What did you say it was?
Monet.
I'm gonna look up Monet mashed potatoes. Give me 1 second.
God, it's gonna pull up some.
No, it pulled up exactly what we're looking for.
Good. Thank God. I mean, okay. Here's my thing. How does art like when it was painted? When Monet painted that, someone probably said, "Oh, you freak,"
Jake.
and then threw a tomato at him.
Hold on. Jake, it's awful. Jake, the painting is awful.
See, that's the other thing. How the fuck?
Jake, it's awful.
Please let me see it.
What even is that?
We're gonna put a picture of it like right here in the
Right
YouTube
here.
so that y'all can see it. I just want to say,
Watch it on YouTube if you want to see it.
what the fuck is that? Is it haystacks?
It's huts. And he's done like multiple of them. What?
96 mil?
See, this is what I'm saying. And you know what sucks about this? This isn't one of those like, oh, but the eyeball represents the sun of your mind.
It's
and
literally just a hut.
It's just a hut.
I hate.
It's not even visually pleasing.
That makes me just.
How?
I
And
already
also,
hate that.
Who's judging? Who's putting that price tag on it?
Some idiot, some nerd, some fucking nerd is who it is.
But like that had to be multiple people. Like, no, I'd pay 80. No, I'd pay 90. Like what? What?
It's not even big either. Like if you look at it, it's like it was like a 36-inch canvas.
It's just a straw hut.
Yeah, with like light kind of coming through the back.
And it's not like amazingly painted. Like it's like that's the other thing that I don't understand. If that's 96 million, I see these like surrealism art where it's like, I'm not kidding. They zoom in to where like they're right next to the painting, and you can see like the cuticles on their fingernails, and they zoom out, and it's huge. And you're like, I feel like I'm looking at something that's clearer than life itself. How is that not praised more? You know what I'm saying? But like just a blank canvas, they're like, oh my God, this thing is the rabbit in the snowstorm.
Do you know what it is? It's the version. Okay, that guy who sits there and drinks a bottle of wine and goes, 96 million, please, for the Monet. That guy and the guy that goes, the next Deadpool has to be rated R, are the exact same person. One just still lives with his mom, and one is really, really rich. We as a society just want to feel something.
Yes.
So bad.
Yes.
So bad that somebody looks at that and goes, the time period of the straw huts is fascinating to me. 96 million, you fuck. What?
Yeah. Dude, I don't get it. Do you think it's like
I think it's the exclusivity. I think that's what it is.
Do you think it's like also not just the exclusivity of just that? Do you think it's also just like this weird you don't understand it? Like
I didn't even think about that.
There's nothing there.
Yeah.
Like the artist didn't even intend for it to go anywhere.
In their house.
They just no, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying like you walk up to the person that understands it, like you, and they're like, oh, I don't get it. It's just a hut. You're like, you don't understand. You're not on my level of thinking. Like, you see what I'm saying? There's nothing there. They're just like, oh, you really? You don't get it? Really? Just you'll never understand it. Like, it's just like this weird, like, they're just making something out of nothing. Like, oh yeah, the way he did the straw on the hut.
Oh, I get it.
Is the way that it represents the Indian's feathers falling from.
Imagine
like,
living your life like that.
dude, that's so toxic.
That's so boring. You fucking loser.
It's so toxic.
You're such a dork. I want to walk up to one of those people and smoke a cigarette, and him go, "Do you see the way the straw?" And I go, "Yeah," and put it on the I go, "That's fascinating." And just screw it in.
Just sit there, just stare at him.
And you know what the problem is? A month and a half later, it'll go for 12 million more because they'll be like, the cigarette burn represents the hate that society.
Yeah.
And then I get on a plane and I crash into them. That's what happens.
That's the only thing I can think of that makes it get to that point. There's
Ridiculous,
no way that thing.
Also, Monet, like in his time period, like they said this the other day about Van Gogh. Like Van Gogh's entire life, he was in poverty. Like he died poor. Vincent Van Gogh died in poverty, or I think it was Van Gogh. But like one of those big artists like that, they died poor. It wasn't until he died, and then like 100 years later, that people were like, "Oh my God, this is great," and now they're all worth millions of dollars.
Yeah, it's just like the trend. I bet that that's the thing. Is like, who deems this good? It's just the exclusive. I think it's the same thing.
The same guy who's giving out Netflix comedy specials.
It's the same guy that's claiming that the Bored Apes are going for like millions of dollars on the NFTs.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. They're not cool.
There's just somebody at the very top who's speaking with enough confidence
Yeah.
to where everybody else goes,
Okay.
"Oh."
All like the stupid rich people are like, yes, I want that in my house.
Yeah.
We're all saying it's good. Oh, it's good. Okay. I'll give however much. And you're like, okay, well, how much? Like,
Yeah.
I'll give $1 million.
Yeah.
Okay. Price is at $1 million now.
Here's the question. Do we buy like a 10-foot by 10-foot canvas and just take Grayson, cover him in paint, and throw him against a wall, and then
see what happens,
and then just be like, "This represents the downfall of society," and then people will be like,
no, just call it impression.
It has to be something just
impression. Collision.
Yeah,
collision.
That's what it is.
Collision.
Here's what we'll do. Let's take 9 homeless people and put them on a canvas and then just run them over with an 18-wheeler and call it, get ready. Are you ready? I feel like I lost you with the 18-wheeler part.
Yeah, with the whole like.
Well, nobody cares about homeless people.
Jesus Christ.
They don't. Nobody cares about homeless people.
You can't say that.
The truth?
God, Jake.
We got to edit that out, don't we?
Oh, you can't say that, bro.
Why?
Do you really think that?
Yeah.
God damn it. I really have to edit that out.
Collision. No, collision. That would be genuinely something though that somebody, it would be like some Iranian prince would be like, "I'll give you $150 million."
Yeah.
That's how it goes.
And it's just as soon as you get something that makes it exclusive, just somehow convince the person that's buying it this is what's hot.
Yeah. And like,
oh, did you see the one that like shredded as soon as bought?
Yeah.
Did you also see what it went for and what it was of?
Much?
Let me just make sure. Banksy shredded painting. It actually was worth more after. This is what it was like before. Just like, I think I've seen this somewhere. This is what it was.
Is that not like an iPad background?
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Value. Let me look at value. Hold on.
If it's over 100 million, I'll put a bullet somewhere.
The painting was it sold for 1.4 million, and then after it got shredded at the auction, now it's worth 25 million. What does that mean? I mean, I get it. Hold on. Before we even say anything, I get it. I'm not clueless. I understand that, oh, well, now I get the one that, like, everybody knows it's the shredded. It's like, but it's 25 million. What?
Global warming can't melt this bitch fast enough.
Literally. I want every rich person to die. I'm trying to join them in being rich, but I want them to die.
Legitimately, we cannot get consumed by the Pacific Ocean fast enough.
We cannot start nuclear wars fast enough.
We can't. We need, I want Trump back in office just because I think he'd start another war.
A nuclear war?
Yeah, because I could sit here and go, as soon as he puts his hand on the thing and goes, I'm inaugurated again, I would go, and it's all ending. And I would sit on my car and smoke a cig.
Yeah. Yeah, but the thing is like, as much as I want rich people to die, I want to be rich, but my version of, like, making it enrich, I don't want to, I'm going to be honest with you, I don't want to go that far.
Oh, to where you're looking at art?
Yeah.
Fuck that, no.
Dude, I'm going to a certain level, and anything I make past that is, like, going to my kids, is just going to go to, like, traveling. Like, it's, like, as soon as I get to a certain level, I'm not trying anymore. Like, I've reached what I want. Like, I'm relaxing. You know what I'm saying?
I'd rather chill.
Yeah.
I'd rather...
Instead of trying to collect weird stuff like that.
I talked about this with you the other day. I'm so close to finding, like, a $50K a year remote job and just getting, like, a van.
Yeah.
And disappearing.
Yeah.
Like, I'm so close to the edge of that.
Yeah. I just want to travel and just experience stuff. I don't want a crap ton of money.
Yeah. I don't need a lot of money is the thing.
I wouldn't mind it. And I'm not saying, like, I'm not trying for that, but it's just like, I don't want that kind of money.
That's so disassociated money, though.
Yeah. Speaking of disassociated.
Yeah.
Somebody's going through something right now.
Our boy.
It's our boy, Kanye.
Can I be honest? I think I've said this before. I just feel so sorry for the Kardashians. Have to be one of the most insane families to interact with.
For sure.
I know I've said that. And also, I'm really tired of this thing. I saw this at a tweet the other day. And everybody was like, oh, Kanye's losing his mind. He's going crazy. I can't believe it. He's losing it. When did we start relying on rappers to be the pinnacle of reason and, like, mental health in our society? Yeah. Like, what happened with Kanye to where we're like, he needs to be regular? Like, yeah. Like, what is the... Like, has anyone ever seen Tyler, the Creator, in a video? Ever?
Yeah. Yeah, like, acting like he's... Like, why isn't he sane?
Yeah.
Why isn't the guy that's created a design luxury brand and does crazy visuals and makes some of the craziest art, has interacted with the Kardashian family, why isn't that guy sane?
Yeah, we're all like, why isn't he regular? And I said this the other day, even if he is in the wrong and even if Kim is like this great, wonderful person and he's a piece of shit, Kim didn't write Heartless, so I don't care about her.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry, you didn't write 808s and Heartbreak, so...
Like, he's the artist.
I don't really care about
He's the one that has skill.
Yeah.
It's like yeah.
Sorry, the only reason you're famous is because your mom sold your sex tape.
Yeah.
And
Kanye kind of shaped your family and made y'all like fashion icons.
Not then. It was more O.J. Simpson because remember they're attached to the O.J. Simpson.
Well, no, Kanye, like, you should watch a video breaking down the Kardashians' fashion before and after Kanye. and like the way that it's evolved and like certain deals Kanye's put into place. Like Kanye has made Kim, like with his connections, has like when he first met her, made like her like have stock in like multiple like fashion companies. Like did like business deals. Like business deals for them and like has set them to where they now have literal power in the fashion industry. Not just like status, like I'm Kim Kardashian, like I look good and my fashion's always on point. Like literal like business power in fashion.
Have you also seen this weird thing that people are claiming that like after Kim started dating Pete and not Kanye, she like lost all this weight? Like she lost all this weight, like got rid of like her like curves that she had, and
I didn't know that.
Yeah, she lost like a lot of weight, and she also quit like tanning so hard. Dude, I'm not kidding. There's like these weird like videos and pictures. Go look at pictures of her while she's dating Kanye, and then now that she's dating Pete, I don't know the right way to say this, but she looks whiter.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Like and I'm not the only one who's saying that.
Oh, like she was trying to look black?
Yeah, like
that's
she was
weird.
trying to look. Not that she was trying to look black. She was trying to look more like she would be married to a rapper.
Oh,
she was trying to fit that bill.
Well, now she's. Her and Pete broke up.
Of course, I didn't.
You didn't know that?
No.
Yeah, they separated.
What happened?
I don't really know. I think it's just separated.
I pictured them breaking up going a lot like Kim crying, freaking out on the phone, and Pete going, "Yeah, well, okay,
yeah, all right, I'll catch you on the flippity flip."
Yeah, he's like, "See ya, Kim," and then he was like, "Didn't they say that like he? Is that why all those memes came out that he was going to start dating Tom Brady's ex-wife?"
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
He just goes around and dates everybody's like all the famous people's. That'd be great.
Yeah,
dude. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah,
he knows what he's doing. He's smart.
staying trendy and stuff.
Yeah, he's good. But I don't know, the whole Kanye thing is just so weird to me. Like I keep coming back to that like why is everybody so like infatuated that he isn't like
all there?
Yeah.
But also, like, some of the stuff that he's saying, I don't really disagree with. Like,
what was that quote that you told me the other day that he said? It was something about like.
Oh yeah, it's when he was talking about how wearing short shorts. He was like, if I had short shorts on and a tank top on, and I was running down the highway like the opposite lane of traffic, you would call me crazy.
Yeah.
And he was like, but if there's a bunch of people with me, you'd call it a marathon.
I mean. Kids spitting facts.
Spitting bars.
Kids spitting nothing but fat. That'll be on a song soon. I don't know how he would work that.
He says some things that I'm like, I don't disagree with that. I don't know. It's weird that you look at him and you're like, why isn't everything perfectly lining up? He's just spitting stuff.
Yeah. Also, like, have you ever heard about I remember I think it was Rogan. Might have been Joe. I don't know who it was. But somebody was saying that like having a conversation with him is the weirdest thing ever. You can like physically look at him while he's talking, and it's like he's on like a different wavelength. Like it seems like his thoughts and ideas and words.
Yeah, no, yeah. The way he like just presents ideas, he's going so quick, and then he'll take something and then he'll start talking about something else. But you realize halfway through the other thing that he's relating it to the first thing he's talking about.
Yeah.
Like he just doesn't connect things and he just goes. But yeah, let me
plug in the Mac.
Let me plug in this computer.
Yeehaw. Guys, I'm going to do some filler segments right here. This is my impression of this is my impression of a vice principal while there's an active shooter at the school. So the thing about Kanye, I don't know. There's something wrong with me. It's not all clicking up here.
No, it's not.
See, that's the thing. If I walked into society right now, people would be like, "You're insane."
Yeah, like why do they act like he's supposed to have an essay prepared.
Yeah, like every time he comes out on like a platform, or also people pull so much stuff that he says out of context.
Yes.
Like all the clips that you see of Kanye are always
Dude, the
like
one
a
that
weird.
people keep using that I've never understood why people say he's crazy for it. They say when he's talking about he's like, look at Gaga. She's the creative director of Polaroid. I like a lot of the Gaga songs. And he's like, what the fuck does she know about cameras? And it's like yeah.
Why is that? What are they're saying?
Dude,
That's crazy.
Yeah, they're like, what is he talking about?
Also, Lady Gaga is the director.
Is
Polaroid?
a creative director of Polaroid. Is that not weird? Like, why is everybody acting like it's crazy?
It's, you know what's weird to me
That
is that if
makes
you,
so much sense to me. Why is Gaga the creative director of
if
Polaroid?
you really look at like all these companies and find out who's at the very top, I think there's like 3 people who probably own everything.
Oh, yeah, or had their hand in everything.
Yeah.
Like, why is she even involved in Polaroid?
Yeah, how do you like?
How
she
did
just
you
look
get
at the
that?
camera one day and she
She
was
has
like,
to
"I
know-
love those things."
No, it's probably like her brother's cousin, like, knows and like, oh, yeah, my sister's Gaga. She wants to.
Oh, and she's just famous, and it
Yeah.
would look good on there. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
That's got to be what it is.
Okay.
But
That
no,
makes a lot more
that
sense.
was an example. That's what I'm saying. They take it out of context, and I'm like, that made perfect sense to me.
Yeah.
And that's used. I'm not kidding. Me saying that, people probably know exactly what clip I'm talking about. Like, that is like such a famous clip for acting like he's crazy. There was another clip recently. He did an interview with the guy that's like, it's like one of those famous news guys that for some reason gets hype as a newscaster, which that's a whole nother thing. But he did an interview with him, and Kanye said, why isn't Joe Biden meeting with Elon Musk? He's like, that's effing like retarded, is what he said. He's like, y'all are gonna call me mentally ill because I'm using that word, but he's like, that's retarded. And I was like, that's kind of a good point. Why is he's like the richest person in the world, and he owns electric vehicles, and has said that we can transition to electricity purely off of solar panels.
I mean, I think we've talked about this.
Yeah.
Like me and you privately have talked about this, but it's just because so many people would be out of a job.
Yeah, like oil companies and stuff.
Oil companies, the people who's at the very, very tip top of like the Southeastern Electric Company.
Yeah.
The guy that probably doesn't even know that there's like a positive and negative connector to electricity.
Yeah.
He just wouldn't have a job anymore.
Yeah.
And so that's not, and he's funding a congressional campaign for this guy who's running and that guy who's running. So that would never happen.
There's so many politics involved. I just think that there should just, if we're really trying, there should just be a way to slowly transition.
Yeah. Like I would start on, well, what I would do is I would build a small shaft underneath California that activated the San Andreas fault line. So California cracks off and floats into the ocean, and all the fucks there.
Interesting.
Yeah. And everybody there just drowns, dies, however you want to say it.
Yeah.
And then we have a nice little kind of a scoop of the ocean right there, and I think
that'd be great.
I think it would be really nice. It would. I think we could turn it into a beautiful beach.
Yeah,
is what I think we could turn it into.
And it would be like it would be shallow because it wouldn't sink that far.
Right.
It would attract a bunch of like fish and stuff. It'd be a great fishing.
The other
ground.
thing is that I feel like with the curvature of the U.S., if California just went and cracked off, the water that flowed into the crack wouldn't be as torrential as the water that's out in the ocean. So it'd be beautiful for swimming.
That's what I'm saying. Swimming, fishing. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Just saying.
That's a good idea.
Just to look, that fault line's there for a reason.
Yeah, that's true.
Everything happens for a reason. That fault line's there for a reason. So that cracks off. And then we just slowly start. Let's start in those, like central northern states that are just nothing.
Yeah.
Like just big fields.
And just build some solar panels.
Yeah,
but again, what I'm saying is like transition is like get those oil company workers, get the people that are going to be upset about it, and give them jobs.
Yeah, because
use them.
Yeah, because I guarantee they could easily transfer from working on an oil rig to going, hey, can you wipe down this solar panel? And he goes, yeah.
For $90K a year?
Yeah,
Here you go.
But then the problem is if they're not getting the oil, then I mean, what is the U.S. Army? What? Here's the thing: when the U.S. Army goes over to another country, there
still needs to be oil. Doesn't need to be as big.
What I don't want to happen is I don't want I don't want the army to run out of children to shoot. Is the thing. Because when they go to other countries,
what do you mean?
And they have to just mow down villages. I don't want to take their happiness away.
Clarification is needed.
I understand they do that.
Yeah, you're saying they need oil to do that.
No. Most of those villages probably have like an oil something under them.
Oh,
I don't want
killing them to get it.
Yeah, I don't want them to run out of stuff to do.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying.
We can't have that.
That'd be terrible.
Fix to that, somebody's going to try and break into the solar places. Put the army around the solar place. Guard the solar.
Boom!
There you go. Problem solved. Fixed.
They can still have a chance to kill people.
Done.
Boom.
I'm telling you, if they would just listen to this podcast.
If they would just listen to this podcast.
We'd probably get a lot done.
By the way, this is number 10. We didn't say that.
Is this number 10?
This is number 10.
Wow.
We missed that at the beginning.
Guys, 10 episodes.
Yeah.
Thank all 3.5 of you
listeners.
for listening.
Not even 10 listeners.
Listen, I'm not going to.
I'm close to the edge.
I just want to say to all of the fans, all of the listeners, everybody who clicks on our faces every week,
it's literally no
I'm
one.
hanging on by a fucking thread. So, thank you guys so much. Oh, anyway.
What were we talking about? Oh, anyways, it originated from Kanye. Kanye was, that's what he was saying. He was just talking about Elon Musk. I think that's a great idea. I mean, I don't know why he gets like, he says stuff like that. It's like very basic ideas that I'm like, those are good ideas. He's not going to articulate it perfectly.
Yeah.
And gonna have
nor should he.
Yeah. Why are we expecting that from him? And then there's like some dude that's a newscaster that probably has a degree in like English that's like picking him apart like, oh, you're not saying that correctly. It's like, what? Shut up.
Also, if you get a degree in English, you're the biggest piece of shit I've ever met.
Yeah. Go. Yeah.
All right. So we're about 40 minutes in right now.
Yes.
We're going to take the last 20 of this.
Yes.
And if you are not a giant loser, go ahead and shut this down right now.
Shut it off.
Shut it off right now because we're going to talk about something very near and dear to my heart.
Ooh.
So Black Adam came out.
Right.
I haven't seen it yet.
Right.
I haven't seen it yet. I'm probably
Okay.
going to go see it sometime this week.
Right.
When I get some free time.
Right.
So, also, spoilers. If you don't want to hear spoilers, turn the shit off. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. So, Henry Cavill is back as Superman. Dwayne Johnson apparently walked up to the Warner Brothers executives, hit them in the head with a bottle of Terramana,
and said, "We're doing this."
and said, "Hey, listen, my name's Dwayne. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
I want Henry back in the MC or in the DCEU." One, how the fuck does Dwayne Johnson have that kind of pull? Actually, I can't see that.
I can see that happening at Warner Bros. Because I just feel like it's so dysfunctional that it literally just takes talking to one person.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it takes it's so weird. Like no one's in control that everyone's in control.
Like if you were at a venue that was so poorly organized, you could just walk up to it and be like, "I'm head of security."
Yeah.
And you could just walk in.
Yeah.
It would be like that. But so already people are like, this movie sucks. That's all I've heard so far is that
I've heard
the quote that I heard was, "What did you think of Black Adam?" And then the guy goes, "It's a movie."
Yeah.
That's what I've heard.
I've heard that it's very cheesy.
Yeah.
But
Which I don't mind cheesy.
No. But I've heard DC fans say, "Oh, look at the audience score. You should never trust Rotten Tomatoes." And I agree with them because, dude, Captain Marvel has a 97%.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah. Can you pull it up for you?
Oh, my God.
Yeah. So Rotten Tomatoes is definitely corrupted.
Are they on meth?
No, it's just that's the critics. Oh well, weird. Wow, I must have saw an edit. Wow, wait, hold on. Or DC fan, it's a 79, and the audience is a 45%. Wait, that means that I saw a TikTok where a DC fan edited Captain Marvel to look better, to make to say don't trust.
See, nothing's
Wait
real.
a minute.
Nothing's real.
He was saying like, oh, don't trust Rotten Tomatoes because look what they gave Captain Marvel, and then showed Black Adam's like terrible review. Wait. I don't know, but like
I hate everything.
Black Adam. Let me see what Black Adam got on Rotten
So
Tomatoes.
the one thing that I keep seeing is that
Oh my God, it got a 39.
good God,
The audience score though is 90.
that's not terrible. I keep seeing this thing where people are mad about how Henry's suit looks because it looks very like red, yellow, and blue.
How it's supposed
So
to be?
comic accurate. Also, they're aggravated that they didn't use the Hans Zimmer Man of Steel score when he walks.
my
on,
God.
When he walks on screen. Which, I'm sorry, am I just an idiot that I think that this is cool that they did this? First of all, when Henry appears, they have his hair is like kind of pushed back, and they have the one curl pulled down.
Oh hell yeah!
They have the curl pulled down. His suit is red, yellow, and blue.
Hell yeah!
And they're playing the original Christopher Reeve Superman sound, like the dun da 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 da. Like
Wait,
that
what
one?
were they wanting?
I don't know.
Wait, what's Hans Zimmer? What's that from?
The Hans Zimmer Man of Steel score is that you remember
Wait,
when
no,
he's-
it's in the Man of Steel one.
yeah, it's in Man
Yeah,
of
who
Steel.
the fuck likes that version of?
Yeah, that's what I thought. And also, but everybody else was like, "Oh,
The
I
one where he
thought,
snaps the first villain he ever
yeah,
faced.
he
He
snaps
his
Zod's
neck.
neck when the family could have walked out of the corner."
Yeah.
There's that people are aggravated about that, and then they're also like, I feel like his suit is like too bright. I miss the dulled down colors, and I was like,
What?
I'm so confused.
He's Superman. He's like dun, 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 dun.
That's the thing. That's what
Superman.
he's supposed to be like.
He's not dark and gritty.
He's supposed to be the equivalent of. He is the equivalent of why in the first Avengers movie everybody's like, hey, is it just me or is Captain America kind of a fucking dork?
Yeah, and he's like, the stars and stripes, aren't they a little old fashioned?
And they're like, oh,
Captain Captain America says that. Says
Yeah.
like, I mean, do I need to be wearing this? Like, because it looks stupid.
Yeah.
He's self-aware.
That's what you're supposed to be because you're Captain Truth and Justice and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
That's how you're supposed to look.
Also, that's part of the reason why Superman and Batman are such contrasts.
yeah,
is
they're
because
not supposed to be dull, dark.
Yeah, they're not supposed to be both be that.
Yeah.
Superman's supposed to be the bright, like Metropolis, and then
Yeah.
Gotham.
Yeah.
Metropolis, Gotham.
That's the joke. That's a joke that goes back and forth in the comics.
Yeah.
I don't know
I've
what
literally
people are...
seen like graphics where like this is Metropolis and it's like comically bright and then Gotham is comically dark. Like it's supposed even the villains
Yeah.
are like bright in
like
Metropolis.
Lex Luthor has like a green and purple mech suit.
Yeah.
And then Scarecrow looks like a demon from your dreams.
Yeah.
like it and like it's always raining in Gotham.
But no, you have to have the Superman that goes,
There is no hope. Yeah.
That has got to be, oh my God, that has got to be one of the worst. Just who thought this is the second time? I think that was in BVS, right? Batman vs
Yeah.
Superman. Who thought this is the second time we've seen Superman in this universe? Let him lose hope. What he stands for.
Immediately. Yeah, I don't know, dude, but everybody's so mad about like the brightness of the suit and
That's ridiculous.
the original Christopher Reeve is Superman score playing in the background.
That's beautiful.
That's what I said. I was like, do none of y'all like care? Like, I feel like nobody cares. Like everybody. That's the other thing is that everybody's mad. No matter what you do, if they had stuck with the old way of doing it,
Yeah.
the internet right now would be like, oh, what? The old way didn't work. Why are y'all still doing the
Yeah,
old way?
yeah.
You should have done something new.
I don't understand, especially like I don't understand really where these it's just the DCEU fans, not DC
Yeah.
fans, but DCU fans. I don't understand their obsession. Also, I saw somebody say this the other day. they were ranking the DCU movies, and they were ranking them. Jake, they had they ranked the lowest Wonder Woman 84, respectable.
Yeah, respectable.
Guess what the second one was? And they made a distinction for some reason. They were like Justice League, Joss Whedon's Justice League.
Oh God. Yeah. Okay. I'm sorry. Henry Cavill already looks perfectly like Superman. Like you could not find somebody else to look more like Superman. Somehow they made him look more like Superman.
Oh my God, he looks incredible.
He looks like he's pulled out of a comic panel.
Yo, he looks incredible.
He looks amazing. And everybody's mad about it.
Wait, people don't like the yellow?
No.
It looks beautiful.
They said they liked it better in BVS when it looked like muted gold. Like that muted goldy, like...
Shut the fuck up!
When it looked like that. When it was like that flat thing.
Oh my God, shut up. Are they stupid? Do they even know what they want? That's comic. That is. It looks like the Injustice game.
Like literally,
He looks like he stepped out of a video game, a comic book panel. Like he looks so good. God.
I mean, like, look at this. This one's even like out of focus as shit, and like it.
Oh, it just looks like a comic.
Like that's what I was saying. He already looks so much like
better.
Superman. Somehow they made him look more like Superman.
They're so disorganized, man. They're so disorganized.
I don't know who's like but here's the thing, what I'm so scared of now is that they did this for Black Adam. So eventually when they do Man of Steel 2, they're going to be like, "Oh, well, everybody hated it when we did that, so now do we need to go back to the other way?"
Oh my God. Also, Black Adam took 15 years to make?
Yeah.
Like when are we even going to see Man of Steel versus Black Adam? Like what are we doing? What you doing, boy?
I'm just trying to. There was a really good picture of it that I just think it's funny. The only two times that I've seen Henry Cavill be like a super accurate Superman is apparently in the end of this when he looks like that. I just hate that Henry Cavill looks so perfectly like Superman. He's the perfect height. He's like 6'3". Y'all somehow managed to find a guy with jet black curly hair and like blue eyes.
Kind of curly, kind of straight.
Kind of wavy curly.
Yeah.
And with like baby blue eyes.
And he's got the perfect physical build.
The perfect build to be jacked as shit.
Yeah.
Like even when he's not working out, like when he lets himself go a little,
yeah,
he's still, his shoulders are this big and his waist is that big. You found the perfect person, and the only time I've ever seen him in something, and I'm like, nice, is at the end of Joss Whedon's Justice League. When he does the thing where he looks up in the sky and then takes the glasses off and then pulls the suit open. And apparently in the end of Black Adam is the only times that I've ever seen him be like
That's why I thought it was
Superman.
funny that somebody was like, not Joss Whedon's Justice League. I'm like, that was actually some of the best Superman I've seen.
Yeah.
Some of the best scenes.
I don't. And also isn't that the one where they're fighting Steppenwolf and he comes in and he's like, he says the line that's so that's how you know it's Superman, is because the line is so fucking cheesy.
What did he say?
Is that not the one where he goes, I don't care much about something. He goes, but I am a pretty big fan of justice.
Oh yeah.
Isn't that the one? And you're just sitting there and you're like, that was dumb as shit. But you
that's
can say that.
That's Superman.
But you can say that.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I just think, I don't know.
Of course, those movies are just insane to me anyway, because anytime I look at one of those movies, like for a second, I'll be like, oh, that was pretty cool. And then you see Jason Momoa holding a trident on the side of the Batmobile going, yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah.
Is that is that Lobo dressed as Aquaman?
I'm like, why is Lobo
here? Why is Lobo has an Aquaman costume on?
He looks just like Lobo, and he is Lobo. And they were like,
He acts like Lobo.
Nah, Aquaman. Do you know how
He
many,
looks like him and he acts like him,
In
and they
real
just
life.
and for some reason they're calling him Arthur.
Yeah. Also, do you know how many 6'2" blonde guys are out there right now going,
That are
what the fuck?
Yeah. They're like, he's not even in the running.
No.
Like, he shouldn't even been like a candidate.
Like when he showed up to the casting call, that would be like if you typed in for a casting call, someone who kind of looks like Brad Pitt, and like a Korean guy showed up.
Yeah.
And he's standing there and he's like, and then he gets it.
Yeah.
And everybody else is like,
What?
that's not what they were asking for.
Yeah.
But Jason Momoa was like, fuck you. And then he rides out on a Harley.
You know what would be even funnier is if they asked for someone that looked like Jason.
Casting for Aquaman must have hair down to your ass.
Must look like you've been a biker for at least 7 years.
That's the thing. He like has brand deals with Harley Davidson.
God.
And they were like,
Dude,
Aquaman.
I'm not kidding. I'm more mad that he didn't get cast as Lobo. I'm more mad about that than I am that he got casted as Aquaman.
Yeah.
That is the biggest waste I have ever seen in my life. To me, Aquaman or no, Jason Momoa is as perfect for Lobo as RDJ is for Iron Man.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not kidding.
Almost better, though.
Yeah.
Because you probably could have found another white dude with swag that could trim
Yeah.
his beard up
You
real
could.
nice. No one looks like Jason Momoa.
No one looks like Lobo. No one looks like Lobo. Dude, even in his previous movie, Jake, we've talked about this. He's wearing the same eye makeup that Lobo wears.
Yeah, in Game of Thrones. Yeah.
It's wearing the exact
You know what?
same
You know what else
one.
is weird? He has a natural scar over the same eye that Lobo has a scar.
No, he
over.
does
Yeah,
not.
he does. His eyebrow is fucked up. It goes up through his eyebrow right here and then down the side. Lobo has the exact same scar on his eye.
Oh my God. Yeah,
I just don't understand. I just don't.
I
get
don't understand how
that.
they looked at him and said Aquaman.
That to me, a lot of things the DCEU does. I'm like, I don't
Yeah.
get that. And
That's a big one.
that to me is one of the. That's the thing. I love Jason Momoa, but there's just so many blonde dudes that you could be like, hey. But that's the other thing is that I'm not saying that he shouldn't have gotten the role like that. I'm saying that he's not the Aquaman's a bitch.
Yeah.
He's the fish boy.
Yeah.
He literally is the type. They did like a Family Guy episode where Peter got Aquaman's powers, and every time something happened, he would get in his car and drive to the ocean, and then jump in and go, "I bet you won't come in over here," because that's the only thing. That's where he has power.
Yeah. Yeah, he's just constantly made fun of. And I mean, you could, even then, you don't have to do that. But I'm just
No.
saying, like, he is very comically goofy. He's
Yeah.
comically just, I don't know.
He's just comically a bitch.
Yeah, he's kind of like Superman, but almost worse. Like, da-da-da-da.
Yeah, he's like that was the other thing. Do you remember the thing I told you that I was watching Aquaman with my dad, and when he's walking out onto the pier, and he drinks the bottle of whiskey,
Oh, my God.
and then goes, whoa, and throws it into the ocean.
Aquaman has literally been used for, like, littering campaigns.
Yeah, literally, like in the back of old school comic books.
Yeah.
There have been like Aquaman being like, "Hey guys, remember?"
And he's like sponsored with
It's
somebody.
along the same lines as the detention video that Captain America does in Spider-Man.
No, but this is actually like
This is real life.
this is like with real life like littering prevention companies. They have like used Aquaman. Oh,
I'll never forget that when we rewound it like 4 or 5 times.
I didn't notice it until
I
you
didn't
pointed
either.
out.
I
I
didn't
watched it with
either.
my family, and then you pointed out. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah,
Just chucks it in the ocean.
gotta be badass for no reason, man.
It's so weird. So weird.
They really are. They have done something over there. The only person.
Also, they're so disorganized. Do you remember when Zack Snyder was just randomly filming like a Green Lantern scene in his driveway?
Oh yeah, they had. Didn't he have to because they wouldn't fund it?
Yeah, they wouldn't like let him have a studio. They wouldn't like fund anything. So he was recording.
He literally had that light that we have right there,
Literally.
like set to green.
Yeah.
And he had the guy in like a CGI little suit.
It was like I'm not kidding. It was like a 10 by 10 area where he just set up like a scene where I guess it's not Hal Gordon.
John Stewart.
John Stewart. He literally was just standing there with the ring and just looking at the camera and doing something or saying something and looking up, and he was just standing. They just shot one. I'm like, what are you?
Y'all couldn't have let Homeboy have the studio for an hour.
Yeah.
Y'all literally couldn't have let him shoot that for 10 minutes.
10 minutes. I mean, if you're in the driveway, if you're setting up and taking down.
All I can picture is that actor that played Green Lantern, like Zack Snyder's calling him and he's like, "Hey, so do you know my address?" And
Yeah.
he's like, "Huh?" And he's like, "Do you know my address?" He's like, I'm gonna drop a pin right now. Just come over here. We're gonna do it here.
He's like, am I getting paid?
Yeah, he's like, we're gonna do what there? It's like we're gonna make you Green Lantern in my driveway.
And what's so weird is that didn't even make his cut.
It didn't. It didn't make his cut. It didn't make anybody's cut.
It's so weird, man.
It's the saddest thing ever. I really hope something happens here in the next couple months.
I've said this before. They need to restart, and not because, I love Henry Cavill. I love all this stuff, but BVS came out in 2016. Came out almost 7 years ago.
That's crazy to think about.
7 years ago. The Infinity Saga is 11 years. Think about that for a second, Jake. The Infinity Saga itself is 11 years. BVS came out in 2016, and we haven't seen Superman since. We saw him in Justice League, and then an extended cut of Justice League.
That's so weird to think about.
So only one project since. We got some shitty Wonder Woman movie. Shazam was oddly good, but didn't even feel like it was made by the same studio. It was so weird. And then
Aquaman.
Aquaman.
Is there an Aquaman 2?
Yeah, it's planning to come. I think it's planning to come out either this year or next year.
Oh, and then the Flash.
Yeah.
The Flash movie.
Which that's going to be. It has Supergirl in it, and they're bringing back Michael Keaton and Ben Affleck as Batman. What are we doing?
And Ezra Miller's holding a spear somewhere in the Midwest right now, running from the cops.
And also, they chucked Ben Affleck's script for a solo Batman film and gave it to Robert Pattinson. That's
so weird to me that Matt Reeves came in there and was like, love the idea for Batman. Don't love you guys being here. Also, that piece of paper, throw that away. I've got my own. You want to check it out?
Yeah.
And they were like,
wait, so what you're telling us is you don't like our script, you don't like our actor, and you don't like our universe. You're fucking hired.
We love
it.
Have you seen that? Have you seen clips?
Chimp guy, get over here.
I've seen so many clips of like there was the breakdown of that. It was like Matt Reeves doing this, and then it was like Matt Reeves coming into the Warner Brothers office telling them to fuck off, go making his own movie with their funding. And it was just that clip of Trump where he goes, "I was a businessman doing business." That's perfect. Hey, look, you gotta. However you can get it, man. Go for it.
I hope things turns up the DCU, man.
I do too, and maybe it's Dwayne Johnson that's going to do it. Apparently,
maybe
he's going to save the whole thing. But yeah, sorry for nerding out for those last 20 minutes, guys.
Sorry, y'all. Sorry, not sorry.
Yeah, not really sorry at all, because if you're listening, then you chose to click on it, and so really, this is your problem.
Yeah, it is.
Fucking put a bullet in your leg. All right, guys, we will see y'all.
We love you
on the next one.
See ya.